Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian.
Go on, everybody.
We are here to talk the season and series premiere, Fox's newest reality TV show. This is Stars on Mars. Stars on Mars is a role playing reality competition show where celebrities are patched up together in Australia. They are in a base, a HAB, which would be a kind of space base if this were real. And they're doing themed competitions in this base. Brian, the one thing I missed, do they win anything?
I think they said just like you're the celebrity of I don't know.
So I don't know if there's a
I don't think
cash
so.
prize. Comment below if we missed that at the very
Yeah.
beginning, or I'm sure they know they got paid to go, but obviously it's very funny. Bragging rights, etc.
Mm.
Um, we know that there's gonna be weekly eliminations. Obviously, had our first elimination here. We'll touch on it in a second. Quickly want to run through the cast, our quick initial reactions, and then we'll go right to the elimination. Cast members include Chris Mintz McLovin,
Good.
Ronda Rousey, MMA and WWE fighter, going to be the total hardo of the season for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you watched the previews, but she
Yeah, I
was like
did.
yelling, screaming at somebody.
Screaming. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, our boy, Tom Schwartz. Tom.
Yeah, I thought he actually like had some decent screen time for being
I thought he
probably
was
one of the
funny.
lower level celebrities on the show.
Definitely the least famous person on the show
Yeah.
by far.
I love
So
that they're like famous for Scandival. Like I love that.
I
Like
like we got a Scandival name drop even in here. Like obviously one of the hashtags of this video, probably the second one or third one will
yeah,
be Vanderpump
yeah.
Rules. Like you know what I mean. So
Mhm.
we're basically going to take our Vanderpump Rules stuff and then throw Stars on Mars first. Uh, all right, who's next? We had Tallulah Willis, famous Nepo baby, daughter of Demi Moore and Bruce Willis. Talked about Bruce Willis now twice in like 3 weeks here on the
Right.
Reality
Yeah.
Guys with the Randall scandal.
Right.
Adam Rapone, Olympic figure skater. Portia Williams, very famous housewife from Real Housewives of Atlanta, probably a top 5 to 10 most famous housewife. Um, Ariel Winter, Modern Family fame. Tinashe, the R&B singer. Lance Armstrong, notable cyclist and scumbag. And later on, we did get Natasha Leggera, the comedian.
Mhm.
So total thing. So of the cast, who were your favorites besides Marshawn Lynch? Because everyone loved Marshawn Lynch.
I mean, Richard Sherman, I'm interested to see how he goes because he is a smart guy. So once he's like mission control, I want to see like the.
Yeah,
It's funny they start with Marshawn Lynch. Like I'm really interested to see how other people handle it. I like the cast. I enjoyed it. I think there's a lot of different personalities, which I think is going to make it really cool. And there's just certain people that I really hope there is a little bit of producer manipulation to keep them around because they make it a lot very entertaining.
Marshawn is a fan favorite unless he starts screwing up challenges, and that's the only thing. Like if he loses heart for it and doesn't want to do it anymore, that's
Yeah,
the
that
only
might be
thing
his
I can see
downfall.
happening.
Yeah,
Um, Having Richard Sherman there is a good buffer for him, though, as far as alliances. If they do get to vote, it was a
yeah,
very loose vote when they did it this time. But that being said, who knows how it'll change as the season progresses.
right.
I thought Tom did a great job. I made the joke about Lance Armstrong being a scumbag because he was. Probably we could say reformed now. Well, we'll see, kind of. We'll see how the show progresses, how he behaves. But I thought he would held himself well as well for the first week.
Yeah, I mean, he was taking jokes and like joking around with Marshawn. I really like that. I like that whole cycle interaction. I thought was really funny. And they really only showed a certain amount of people. Like we didn't see a lot of Tom in base. We didn't see a lot of like the Tasha. Like we just saw kind of like walk bys and
Yeah.
it's really I get there is a lot of people in the base right now. I feel
Oh,
like
for
it'll get a
sure.
lot better once it's like we dwindle down to like 8.
Weed out a few people will
Mhm.
probably will, but like I said, I'm enjoying it early on. Uh, Someone who did not hold up really well was our boy McLovin. McLovin, the first person extracted. I did laugh. He talked about, and Tom was really funny. He's like, I'm not going to call Chris that name. I know he hates it. And then it cuts
Yeah,
to Marshawn Lynch going, Yo, McLovin.
yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That was awesome editing.
No, let's talk about that quickly as well. Well, anything else about McLovin being gone before we move on? Honestly, he
Nah,
didn't
not
really
really.
do
I mean, he
anything.
even like I like kind of like how they had to plead their case, and like he just started off and it just didn't go well. And I mean,
He started yelling at them.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I thought it could have been him more. Is it you said the name's Adam with the figure skater?
Adam Rapone, yeah.
Yeah, she was just like, I'm the best looking person. I'm like, all right, guys, this isn't like gonna do well like week 5. Like, I guess you can get away with it week 1. Like, Tom was really the only person that really did something in the challenge. So I thought
No,
it was
it's
gonna be a
true.
popularity contest voting at that point. But I was really
I was worried about
surprised.
that too.
I was really surprised. Like, yeah, actually, Tom did do something. So for now, I like that people are kind of putting the game aspect in. But yeah, I mean, he did the least. I was all on the couch a lot.
Yeah, I'd be curious if we were able to like talk to him to see like what his if he was genuinely shocked, if
Hmm.
he, like I genuinely believe he thought, hey, like I had to get out of the way. Like there's only so many
Right.
people that can literally hold
Yeah,
three
he's not wrong there.
satellites and two things, right? But
Mhm.
I would like to get his vibe. I'm curious to see as the season progresses too, if the astronauts return in any way, if there's some kind of final
Like,
mission thing, something like that.
yeah, or they're like involved in like maybe there's like a similar to a tribal council where there's voting.
Yep,
I would actually really
security.
like that if like now they're on screen or something like when
They're the
William Shatner's
Martians.
talking. Yeah, they're
They've been
abducted. They're
they've been
abducted.
abducted, and the
Yeah,
whole time they're hanging out with the Martian
yeah.
overlords.
Hmm.
I like that. Um, editing really, really crisp and funny. Thought that was on
Hmm.
point. Really great job with the cuts to
Yep.
references and things that are said. I like the narrator, and I like that they can hear the narrator, the
Hmm.
computer AI
Yep.
voice. Think that's going to be really funny throughout. Love to figure out who, like, what producer or talent is doing
Hmm.
that because that's really clever.
Hmm.
Uh, and overall, I think the structure is pretty good. I do like the randomness. I do like that the mission specialist is immune right away, and they are with the captain or the lead. There's the person who's like the mission head, like not the mission head, like the commander for the week. Are they immune from elimination?
I think based off of what we saw, I think so.
Okay.
I just want to know how like specialist is decided going
I
forward.
They did it randomly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be. I'd be interested to see if they do it. There's probably going to be some kind of maybe there's a second comp. Maybe there's. I would like it if there was like a mini
Yeah, I
competition
agree.
to
Hmm.
win that. It's like winning
Yeah.
the immunity idol,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I think that would be cool. And again, we don't know, so that would be really cool to see. And we'll see as more of the format. I think as we roll out next week.
Yep.
Um, William Shatner is Mission Control. Really funny. Obviously, I think the ones this week were pre-recorded. Would like to see. My money is on that William Shatner went in the studio one day and did every single recording, but would love to see if there is some form of interactivity. Sometimes, again, if he's even doing it remotely, like even if it's a few weeks after they'd started and there's down to a final few people, I would like to see some live interaction with William Shatner in some way.
Like he shows up.
I'd have to ask it a lot, but if they can get him at the finale, maybe.
Where do you think they are?
Australia. They are in Australia.
Oh, they're in Australia. Okay.
Yeah. So then in the
So
outback.
cool. Yeah, I mean that'd be super funny if he just showed up like one time, like warning.
Warning. Um, there was some funny quotes and words here. A lot of them having to do with the Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch called Natasha Leggera a pedian. That
Hmm.
was really, really funny. Um, when he was giving out the instructions where you have to cover the bases. So they're going to have to maintain some zones, which is really funny. Like they have to maintain their rations and
Yeah.
maintain the biodome. They're required to go to the gym because of the 66% gravity, right? Like all this crap.
Hmm.
It's so funny. The Marshawn Lynch calling basically Kenny Powersing Lance Armstrong and saying just because you are good at exercising, you're not an
Yeah.
athlete.
Yeah, that was good. And he took
Uh,
it well, man. I like the jabbing. Like I think he could have taken that really personally.
I think he knows what he has to come
Yeah.
off as, frankly. From now on, Brian, if you need to reach me, you can hit me with a hootie hoo or a yeet.
Yeah, I love any hootie hoo reference. I always love. So
Hootie
appreciate that.
hoo.
Portia definitely
Uh,
like that too, being from Atlanta.
yeah. So I mean, besides that, the mission was funny. I'm curious, like how they did the windstorm, like how many giant fans they needed to do that.
Hmm.
That's obviously what they did. But hey, Tom performed well. People perform well. They got a mission patch, which I thought is funny that you get a patch,
Yeah.
kind of like you're at space camp if you succeed. So good on them. 7 seconds to spare in the first mission. But yeah, overall, I'm looking forward to continuing to watching the show. We'll see. Would love to be able to talk to some of the contestants, crew, production, anybody about this show because I'm very curious to how they like just the people's experiences on it, especially for some of these people that are athletes or celebrities that I mean, none of these people I think have ever done a competition reality
Right.
TV show, right? So it would be really fun. Even again, like someone like Schwartz would be awesome to talk to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
So
thinking like Richard Sherman, like he does like ESPN and stuff like that, or he was doing Amazon. He was doing Amazon
yeah,
football. Like so, like he's got like kind of a job where he's still got to work. Like he like this
yeah, yeah,
Marshawn
yeah.
Lynt's not really doing anything. So like I don't know. Some of these people, I'm just interested in like what made you want to go on,
No, for
unless it's for
sure.
charity. Like we said, we don't remember what the prize is, but maybe if you win, like it's a charity thing that would make. But why would Tom Schwartz do that?
Yeah, no.
His
I mean,
charity is like
so
is
he literally
Schwartz
just wants to
City.
get away from Scandival,
Yeah,
basically.
I actually really liked that him being candid about that. Like I thought that was
I mean, it's obvious, right?
yeah.
Like he's not there for, like you said, the cure of world peace.
Mhm.
Check out everything else we have going on the channel. We are covering everything and anything reality TV. Vanderpump Rules being number one right now, hottest thing on the street. Part 3 of the reunion this week. Also, check out our coverage is really, really kind of wide and equal. Love Island UK starts tonight. We're gonna have at least have 60-second reviews going, but Brian and I are gonna look to do a few videos a week on the regular YouTube channel reviewing random episodes. Check out The Bachelorette starting in 2 weeks. We also have The Ultimate Fighter with Brett, Kevin, and myself in coverage. Look out also for Claim to Fame to start this summer and things like Big Brother, The Challenge, and eventually we'll get back to The Amazing Race, Survivor, things like that. But until next time, for myself and Brian, thank you. Peace.